We're here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're reviewing the all-new 2024 Toyota Prius XLE. And a big thanks to T and the rest of the management and staff here at Toyota of Tampa Bay for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to our inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for T. And for those of you guys who don't know, the Prius started off as Toyota's subcompact hybrid sedan back in 1997. Moving up to the compact platform in 2003 for its second generation, and sticking to it all the way through its fifth generation that you see here, released last year for 2023. For 2024, the Prius is available in 3 trims, all available with all-wheel drive for an additional $1,500. And outside of the all-wheel drive models, which make a couple more horsepower, the 2024 Prius is exclusively available with a 2-liter hybrid 4-cylinder engine cranking out 194 horsepower and about 250 pound-feet of torque, with about 196 horsepower for the all-wheel drive models. The previous Prius was doing 0 to 60 in the mid 10-second range. This new Prius, I've seen them as quick as 7 seconds and sometimes even quicker if you get some sticky tires up front. The 2024 Prius starts off with a $28,000 base LE that we reviewed last year for 2023, all the way up to the $35,000 limited. Here we have the XLE, which is right in the middle of the pack with a base price of $31,000. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So up front, we get a really sleek headlight integrated very well to the hood and the grille design, full front parking sensing, panel housing your advanced safety features, daytime running light LED as well. I love this gray metallic paint color too. I'll leave a link right here, show you exactly the name of it. Hopefully you can pick up the sparkles here in the Florida sun. Toyota badge up front, solid airflow for the cooling internals. We have our radiator up front. It's not a turbocharged 4-cylinder power plant, so just a radiator, no intercooler. You get some LED fog lights in the lower corners too, available for the XLE. And as far as styling standpoint, I think this is one of the best looking vehicles that Toyota has in their lineup right now. As far as dimensions, it's similar inside and outside to a Corolla while getting way better fuel economy. You get the better styling, and in my opinion, it just feels a little bit more premium in terms of build quality. We also get this metallic gloss black contrasted wheel well area. Hopefully you can pick it up on camera, and some beautiful black and silver contrasted 19-inch rims. The dimensions are 195/50 R19s. We'll see if the 195 wide tires are enough to put the power to the ground, because this is a pretty decent power plant now, and see if the 50 series sidewalls are enough to keep the ride quality nice and plush. But the rim design is beautiful in my opinion. Looks very sleek with this black wheel well area. We get a dual piston front brake caliper. We get a funky design for the rocker panel side skirt. I love the body lines, and it kind of has like a hip design out rear. I see a little 2023, 2024 Nissan Z resemblance for this rear end styling. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. The rear door doesn't have a traditional handle. The handle is a button integrated in this like upper frame area. We get the massive panoramic moonroof with a pretty dark tint, giving you the illusion of a blacked out roof, which looks beautiful with this gray metallic paint color. We'll take a walk over to the other side before we check out this rear end styling and check out the window sticker here for this 2024 Toyota Prius XLE with a Guardian gray metallic paint color. Standard features, you guys can pause, take a look. Options, we have a few of them. $36,197 after about a $1,000 destination charge before any dealer added accessories or potential market adjustments. But anyway, you guys can pause, take a look at all of the standard features, and you get a lot of them for a $33,000 base price, $36,000 after destinations, and quite a few pretty useful options. The glass roof being $1,000, the most expensive one, and a 12.3-inch Toyota audio multimedia, $735. Anyway, let's check out the rear styling. For the dimension, we also get smart access for the driver and the front passenger, shark fin style antenna. We don't get a tinted hatch, but you can do that in the aftermarket. The hatch does have a ton of covers, so people walking around your Prius don't see what you have going on in there. We get a gunmetal gray Prius logo and gunmetal gray XLE. The HEV hybrid electric vehicle is shiny chrome. You get more of that metallic gloss trim for the rear bumper area, and some black contrasted trim outside of the taillights, which is a full LED panel. It lights up in the middle as well. Down below, we get our reverse lights inside of the reflectors, and hopefully you can pick up inside of this license plate area since 1997 for the Prius, as we mentioned. Hopefully you guys can pick up the exhaust tip in the lower right corner too. We're not going to fire up this EV, but we'll hop over to the driver's side and open up the hood area and see what we got going on under there. We also have a black contrasted mirror with blind spot monitoring on it. Anyway, as we mentioned, pop this hood. All right, guys, here you have the 2-liter hybrid 4-cylinder powertrain sold by Toyota for the 2024 Prius XLE, cranking out 194 horsepower, an estimated about 250 pound-feet of torque. It's 139 pound-feet of torque for the gas motor alone, enough to get this 2024 Prius to 60 in around 7 seconds, which not only is quick, it's a 3.5-second improvement compared to the previous generation. I really can't think of any other vehicle on the road today that had that kind of improvement in just one generation change. I mean, the 2010 to 2011 Mustang, when they changed from the 4.6 to 5.0, didn't have that type of performance gain, so that says a lot. Anyway, what you see is basically what we get. Made it to the front wheels. As you mentioned, the all-wheel drive models would make an additional 2 horsepower. Anyway, let's walk around this 2024 Prius XLE one more time. Let's hop inside and see what we get for an additional about $3,000 compared to the base LE we reviewed last year. Anyway, we mentioned the smart access for the driver and the front passenger, soft touch materials for the driver or the front door panel. You get an aluminum door handle, lock and unlock, electrics for the lock and unlock too, 4-way adjustable mirrors, 4-window auto 1 touch. Soft touch materials for the armrest as well. The storage compartment is solidly spacious. The sound system is just the bass, but it does sound pretty good for a bass. You get leather accented seats. We did not get that on the LE with white contrast stitching. They're very comfortable, heated, not ventilated. You get 2-way adjustable lumbar control. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide the front seats. But taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, engine start, stop, and everything fires right to life. We already had the electricals turned on, but first thing you notice is the steering wheel. It is thick. We'll turn this air down by a couple so you guys can hear a little better, but it's a thick steering wheel. We don't get any 10-2 bolstering notch, but the 9-3 fits perfect in your hand. The horn area is rubberized. I'm not going to honk you right now because there's a guy standing right there. I don't want him to get all scared. On the left side, we have our volume, voice commands, and infotainment adjustments. These control the infotainment too, to return into the previous screen. You can hang up and answer your phone calls. On the right side, radar cruise control. You can skip your songs and adjust between AM, FM, and Sirius. Lane keep assist up top. Speaking of the infotainment adjustments, right now we're looking at our advanced safety features. You can see just your power to eco to charge ratio with a digital speedo in the center, mileage left when it comes to fuel, temperature outside, clock, all of that. Pressing one more time, we'll return right back where we were. You can check out your eco score too, EV ratio with our fuel economy indicator. Beneath that, we have a compass, functions as a turn-by-turn if you have the navigation hooked up, with the adaptive cruise control indicator too. Songs that are currently playing, trip computer, and the settings right back to where we started. My personal favorite to look at all times would be the instant fuel economy, the digital speedo right next to it. The dashboard is hard plastic. For the passenger area, it's soft touch, and for the frame, it is hard plastic with good graining material. The stocks have a satisfying click to it. Auto headlamps, auto high beams, and auto rain sensing wipers, all really impressive features for the money. We get a tilt and telescoping steering wheel, interior brightness, auto high beams as we mentioned, heated windshield, heated steering wheel, gas cap release, and our hood latch release too. Hopefully you get a good look at the pedals. Mention the soft touch materials for the armrest, nice comfortable area to rest your arm. The 12.3-inch touchscreen is an additional $750, but it is massive and a beautiful display. But unfortunately, Toyota and Lexus, as you know by now, you got to sign up for their infotainment system. And I'm not going to do that to the potential owner of this vehicle, so unfortunately, we will not be able to check it out. But I'm sure there's a million different tutorials you can check out on YouTube that will show it for you. Beneath that, we mentioned we have our engine start stop, air vents. Beneath the 12.3-inch touchscreen, hazards in the middle of the air vents, single zone automatic climate control, but the auto climate control still appreciated, heated front seats, 2 USB-C ports, 12-volt nice spot for a radar detector, because remember, this Prius is pretty quick now. Solid storage compartment you can open up for some additional secret storage underneath it. 2 cup holders, you can fit 24-ounce bottles in there. The gear selector reminds me a little bit of what you get from BMWs or the Supra. Pretty funky design. Park has an individual button to go into reverse and drive. You got to pull to or towards you, pull back for drive, and push forward for reverse. The backup camera has an okay resolution to it, guidance lines, but no trajectory. I would expect a trajectory on a vehicle that's this high end when it comes to tech. We mentioned the horn area before. The guy's out of our way. The horn, not very loud and aggressive. We'll do a window check, see if we get dual panes. We do not get dual panes, and it's a very thin single pane of glass. So we'll see how the wind noise is once we take it out for a drive. But because of the thin glass, it keeps this vehicle at a very low curb weight. And this additional glass in front also allows you to have much better visibility in your corners. Unfortunately, I kind of wish the hood was designed a little bit better so you can pick up the corners of the front end. But with this really low slung hood design, you can see exactly what's in front of you at all times. We'll throw it back into park. When we throw it back into park, we immediately return back to the previous screen. Drive mode select. Our drive modes include custom, sport, normal, and eco. We'll start the review off in normal, try out sport, try out eco, and just see what the differences are. We also have full EV mode, which we can also check out. Electronic parking brake. We have a traction control you can disable. Wireless charging pad in here too. Solid spot for a phone. The armrest is not the most padded. You can clearly feel the hard plastic underneath this leatherette trim. I wish they put a little bit more padding in it. For 2025, hopefully Toyota takes note of that and does it. Inside of here, we have a very solid amount of storage space. You'll fit 10 12-ounce cans there and an additional 2 USB-C ports. Definitely not shy of USB-C ports here in this front seat area. We have interior illumination. Hopefully you can pick it up on camera. The materials down here are hard plastic. The latch for the glove box, it is damped. And a decently spacious glove box. I would expect you to fit about 15 to 20 license plates, easily fitting a pair of shoes. Frameless auto-dimming rear view mirror with 3 garage HomeLink settings on it. The interior lights are touch sensitive and LED. The moonroof, we can open up the shade manually. Unfortunately, you got to do manual for both the front and the rear, but since it's a compact sedan, it's pretty easy to reach. Unfortunately, the glass doesn't open for either of the panels, but it does allow a pretty solid amount of light into the cabin. And that's about it for the front seat in general for this 2024 Toyota Prius XLE. Let's hop out back, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the materials. If I remember correctly, I was really impressed with the Toyota Corolla amount of space for its back seat. Let's see if I'm equally impressed here for the Prius. The materials back here are hard plastic, but a nice solid graining material. We have an aluminum door handle, lock and unlock, and a pretty soft armrest. Water One touch for the rear window too. Decent bass audio system with some additional storage down below. The rear seats, the padding does not go out to the door frame, but the seats themselves are nice leather accented with some cloth inserts, white contrast stitching, and perforation for the center. Space, I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall sitting behind my seat settings, and just like the Corolla, I still have about 3 inches of knee room, headroom. However, I got about half an inch. So if you're over 6'3", you may start to be running out of space sitting behind your seat settings. The Corolla, I guess, had about half an inch to an inch more of headroom, but this vehicle has a way more low slung rear end design, which does compromise a little bit of overall headroom, but as far as a design standpoint, I think it looks a lot better. We don't get any air vents to blow in our face. There is something going on under the front seats, but again, nothing that blows directly in our face. Additional 2 USB-C ports, mat pocket behind the passenger seat, nothing behind the driver. The center cubby, we have a rope, we can pull it down. 2 cup holders, you'll fit 24-ounce bottles with pass-through, good spot for a phone or a wallet. Nice comfortable leatherette trim for it. The interior lights back here are LED. Hopefully you can pick them up on camera. We don't get any hooks for the grab handles back here, but you can actually hook your suit or dress to the grab handle and it shouldn't be sliding around all that badly. That's about it though, guys, for the back seat. Let's hop out towards the cargo space, see how much space is offered back here, and then take this 2024 Toyota Prius out for a drive. So to open up the trunk, right here's the button. It's not just a press, you gotta press and subtly lift, and the trunk comes right up. I mentioned the tonneau cover, very solid amount of floor space. You fold these rear seats down 60-40 split. I'd expect you to fit up to a 60-inch TV back here with no problem. I like how they have those cutouts in the corners, perfect for grocery bags. They're not just sliding around your trunk. And for a hybrid, check out how much secret storage space we have back here. You can throw a lot of secret stuff, and we have our license plate bracket, and it still says Hybrid Reborn, and it goes right over the Since 1997 icon. Put this cover right back the way we found it. Again, very solid amount of space. I'll leave a link right here to show you exactly how much is there. It's not a power opening or closing lift gate, but it's pretty light process, not too heavy or not too high up in the air. That's about it though, guys, for the inside and outside of this beautiful 2024 Toyota Prius XLE. For a vehicle that can average over 50 mpgs, do 0 to 60 in 7 seconds, and look this clean while costing a base price around $31,000, fully equipped with destination at 36, you get a lot for the money. Performance-wise, let's take this 2024 Toyota Prius XLE out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2024 Toyota Prius XLE. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. First thing I notice is when you ride over imperfections in the road, the car stays extremely quiet. Check out the throttle response. We're in normal mode, solid response. Engine kicks in once you lean into it past about quarter throttle. Train track, see the ride quality. Pretty good. It's a little bit better of ride quality compared to a Corolla. I feel like the handling here is also a little bit better than the Corolla. Brakes feel very good. The regenerative braking helps out a lot. Taking a step out here, we're still in normal mode. The steering feels pretty good in normal mode. It's light, but very direct, about half throttle. Ooh. Yeah, you get up and go really quickly. Again, compared to the previous generation that was doing 0 to 60 in 10.5 seconds, which quite honestly for 21st century is really slow. This does 0 to 60 in about 7 seconds, which not only is quick, it's a 3.5 second improvement compared to the previous generation, which in the automotive industry is quite simply unheard of. At about 40 miles per hour, don't hear any road noise. Wind noise is limited. We mentioned the windows are a little bit skinnier to keep the overall curb weight down to help the fuel economy stay above a combined 50. But even with these skinnier windows, I don't hear any wind noise. We'll hop out onto the highway, get to some higher speeds, and see what changes up. But so far, so good. You can try it out in sport mode too, see what changes up. Steering immediately gets a little bit heavier. Regenerative braking gets more noticeable too. Throttle gets slightly more aggressive, but we'll take a step out here and really check it out. Brakes feel good. Body roll limited, about half throttle. Ooh, definitely more responsive. Take a step out here, throw it in a little bit harder. Really good handling. And coming out. This thing is pretty quick. You get to highway speeds really quickly. Again, I never drove a previous generation Prius, but for what this is, it is impressive. This feels a lot better than any Corolla outside of a GR that I've driven. So if you're looking for something in that level of space, you don't want something too large, the Camry's too large for you, like you live in an apartment with a parking spot and the Camry just doesn't quite fit as nicely as a Corolla would, but you would like more premium materials, better fuel economy, and quite honestly, better performance. This Prius does exactly that. We can throw it in comfort mode or eco mode. The throttle gets a lot less sensitive. The steering gets about the same weight as it was in normal mode. We can reset this fuel economy, see what we're looking at on the highway. So after about 30-40 seconds, we're averaging 90.4 miles per gallon. I'm sure it'll neutral out to about 50 like advertised, but even 50, that is unbelievable fuel economy. We can slow down a little bit, give this guy some distance, see what some passing power feel like on the highway, on the gas. Good response. And for a hybrid, the top end feels really strong. And on the highway, it's a concrete pavement, so you can't expect it to be as quiet as darker asphalt, but it still isolates you from the road decently. I don't have to raise my voice too much for you guys to hear me. Overall, if you're looking for a compact sedan, you would like to get as close to 50 miles per gallon as possible. You want more premium materials compared to other competition in both the Toyota and Honda lineup, and you want a great looking vehicle at that. Guys, this Prius is a great way to go. At around $31,000 for the base XLE, you add some of the features like the bigger screen, the sunroof, some optional equipment from the dealership, you're at around $35,000, $36,000 after destination. That's still a really good overall value for what we're getting here. At over 6 feet tall, I have plenty of space in the back seat. The driving dynamics for this are borderline sports sedan level, and the performance at 7 seconds 0 to 60, we're at right around the same acceleration times as vehicles like the Honda Civic Si, the Kia Forte GT. So compared to that, this is a borderline performance sedan that can get about 50 miles per gallon. If that's what you're looking for, guys, I would definitely recommend checking one out. And huge thanks to Toyota of Tampa Bay for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out, and ask for Lucas. And huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too, it really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you'd like to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.